Okay, hi everybody. I'm so glad that y'all could join us for this call tonight. My name is Taryn Crouch. I am Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and this call is with Celeste Gwynn, who is my direct upline, and I'm super excited to have her on this call tonight and to have all of y'all. I know that we have not done a Zoom call with Celeste before like this, so I'm excited to hear what she has to say and hear what she has to share. And I know we have so many new people on our team just in the last couple of months that maybe are not as familiar with Celeste. So she's going to share a little bit about her story and how she got started. And then I sent her the questions that you all sent to me through one of the posts that I had put up on our team page. So hopefully, we'll get some good insight on that as far as her answers to those questions. And I'm excited to learn more about what she has to share. So I wanted to tell y'all real quick that how I know Celeste. I think many of y'all may have heard this from me before, but we actually went to high school together. And then we also went to youth group together in church. So I have known Celeste since we were like, I don't know, maybe 16, 17.
So like at least like 5 or 6 years now. We've been super close.
Right. Exactly. So, and you know what?
Quit yelling across the room.
I'm going to mute.
Do you want to mute everybody out, Taryn, and then you and I can...
Yes. Okay, wait. Here. Let me unmute. Okay, there you are, Celeste.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, good. There we go.
Okay, awesome. Very cool.
Now everybody's muted, so sorry about that. Yes, so we have gotten much closer actually only through Plexus. In high school, I knew her and I knew her family. I knew that she dated one of the really cute boys that I knew through the group. And then I just, we just weren't that close, but then we've become obviously much closer during the time we've been in Plexus. So I'm excited to hear what she has to share with you guys, and I will just let her take over. So on to you, Celeste.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, this has been, I say, the relationships are one of the biggest blessings of all of this. And, I knew Taryn. Taryn comes from an absolutely amazing little perfect family that loves the Lord. They're just good peeps. So it's fun to be connected back to her and have gotten to know her even better over the last few years. I consider that one of my biggest blessings in this business for sure. But briefly, before we dive into all these fun questions, I want to share my story for any of you that may not know how I got started on this crazy, wacky, wild journey called network marketing and Plexus. And it all started on Facebook, believe it or not. Scrolling through my news feed, saw pictures of one of my roommates from college. She looked amazing. I called her up and asked her what she was doing. She told me about Plexus. And I basically said, well, you look awesome. You've lost all your baby weight, and your baby is 8 months old, and my baby is 12 years old. So it's probably time for me to work on losing my baby weight too. And she shared the business opportunity with me, and I was really, really quick to let her know I was not looking for a job, that I was not even looking for a hobby, but thank you very much, that I wanted nothing, in all caps, to do with network marketing. I tell this story only on Zoom calls because the person that the story is about is actually still in my life. But about 8 or 9 years ago, a mom from McKinney Christian Academy called me up and asked me if I wanted to go to dinner. And I was like kind of excited. She was a high school parent, and I was like a pre-K and kindergarten mom. So I thought I was kind of cool that this high school mom like wanted to hang out with me. And asked me to dinner, and I was like, I think I even bragged to my husband, like, yeah, this mom, she wants to get to know me better or whatever. Well, it ended up that Maddie Grace, my daughter, got sick, and I didn't get to go to dinner. And I called her to tell her that I couldn't come to dinner. And she goes, that's okay, girl. We do these every month. And I kind of was like, what does that mean? Well, come to find out, she was taking me to an opportunity meeting disguised as a dinner. Invited me to dinner, never mentioned the business, never mentioned her company. It was a travel company, never mentioned, anything about business, but just that she wanted to meet her for dinner. So I walked away from that experience a little angry. My feelings hurt, a little bit embarrassed, and really kind of swore off network marketing forever. I said, I will never be that girl that has to trick people. I will never try to push things on my friends. I won't be that girl. And what I love the most about Plexus, little side note, I've never tricked anyone into hopping on one of these Zoom calls. I've never tricked anyone into joining my team. coffee meeting or meeting me for coffee. None of that. I've never had to trick anyone into listening to what I have to say, because people want what I have because of how I live my life and the results that I've had with the business and with the opportunity. So that's just a little side note. But needless to say, Jen Hawkins did convince me to join her team. It took her 9 months. So if you've got folks that are on the fence, or you've got folks that say they're not interested at all, don't give up on them. It took Jen Hawkins 9 months of pursuing me. I think she shared the business opportunity with me 6 or 7 times. I sent her 35 customers over the course of that 9 months, because I was a stay-at-home mom and I wanted her to get to be a stay-at-home mom. So everyone that would ask me what I was doing, why do I feel so great? Why do I look so great? How have I lost weight? You've got this crazy energy. Where is it coming from? I would say, let me send you to my friend's website. She's got this little business thing going on, and I wanted nothing to do with it. But I did end up joining her after 9 months to get my product at wholesale. She reeled me in really quickly with this little trip to Hawaii that everyone talks about, that you earn when you reach the emerald, sapphire, and diamond. And I decided really quickly that I was going to work really hard to get there. And I worked really hard. Like, hear me on that. If you take anything away from this call, let it be that I worked my business like it was a business very, very hard for a very, very long time to have the success that I have now. I'll touch on that a little bit later, but I didn't sign up thinking I was going to win the lottery. I didn't sign up going, I'm going to sign up a couple of Terrans that are going to work really hard, and then I'm going to sit back and relax and ride the wave. I worked my business hard and consistently to get to where I wanted to be. So I went emerald in 4.5 months, which is nuts. And we didn't know it was nuts because we didn't have anybody to compare anything to. We were just working and doing our thing. I ended up going diamond on month 6, and I re-entered, which is the 11th way to make money with Plexus, on my 7th month with the company. And then I ended up going diamond again on my 2nd position on my 2-year anniversary. And I just had my 3-year anniversary, and it's just been a blessing. I like to talk about the business. You know, everybody knows the products work. Everybody's got these great testimonies, and you know, whether they're health or weight loss related or energy related or sleep related, people are is the business opportunity, because we've been conditioned that you don't talk about your finances. And you know, I think that in most businesses it is 100% on point. I promise you, you know, my husband's never going to walk in his coworker's office at his company and say, bro, let me see your check, because that would be just weird. But in network marketing, we talk about these kind of things because it's motivating and encouraging, and we want others to see the opportunities. So, you know, I talk a lot about how everyone has this bucket. You know, you have a bucket list, whether you call it that or not. It may be a to-do list. It may be hopes and dreams list, things I want to do before I kick the bucket list, whatever you want to call it. Everybody has a bucket list. And I say that with Plexus, like, my bucket was too small. My bucket was like this big, and now my bucket is the size of this whole room. You know, the things that we've been able to do, we've been a part of a church plant here in McKinney, Texas, and that's big. That's huge to know that you're impacting folks like that. We have been able to help missions. My dad's a missionary, and we've been able to actually drill a well in, it's called Mpukani, Kenya. And the name Mpukani actually means land with no water. I mean, wrap your brain around that. That's like, you don't dream about ever doing things like that. You dream about like going to Disney World, right? And that's a great thing. I mean, I love taking my family to Disney World, but you just don't think that you actually have the potential to make that big of a difference in the world. And Plexus has taken us there. It's just been a huge blessing. We've been able to do fun stuff, you know, like add on to our house and build that wonky closet that you guys have all seen on Facebook of mine. And all of that is super fun. But I really like to close out with that stuff it doesn't make me happy. That's not where my joy comes from. It's fun. It's crazy. I can't believe this is my real life, but that's not where my joy comes from. That's just fun stuff that we get to do because of this freedom, you know. But I want to jump into, I've got 7 or 8 questions. I kind of like condense them, Taryn, if that's okay.
All good.
And I think I'll be able to answer most of them. You know, the first thing I want to talk about, there's a lot of questions kind of about belief and duplication and stuff like that. And I want to touch a little bit on duplication and just the beauty of duplication and how simple it really is now. The tools that you guys have now, 3 years into this journey for me and however far into your journey, blow my mind. When Jen and I started, Taryn, I mean, so many of us, we had nothing. I mean, we didn't even have a team page. We didn't have YouTube videos. We didn't have training from corporate. We didn't have this beautiful success guide that they send us now. And I mean, we didn't have any of this stuff. But what we did have was vision. We saw the opportunity through the products and through the comp plan. And we created a system that we hope has been easy to duplicate. All the tools are there. Everything you need for success now is in that box. The thing that I love the most about that box is, you know, it simplifies, okay, what do you do with a newbie? And that was one of the questions too, and I'll touch on it a little bit more later too. But, you know, that box was created by the jewels that are successful. Everything in there, that's all of our training that Marianne, who is one of the executives, took and packaged it up beautifully for you guys to be able to duplicate what we've done. And with that box, if you want to have success, if you're a product of the product and you have the tools that are in that success guide, you should be able to have that success. So I love that it's easy to duplicate now. And what I really love the most is you guys have a great upline. But for folks that don't have someone like Taryn guiding them, guess what? You have the same tools everybody else has. There's no reason in the world to ever blame anyone's lack of success on their upline, because you have the same tools across the board. And you can be successful with that guide, with our products, with the corporate videos. You're really blessed that you're part of DDD and you're part of Taryn's page and so many other pages where you're going to have a lot of tools. But even folks that don't, they can still have success. So I love that. The best thing about this opportunity, go ahead, Taryn.
Sorry, I was just going to say real quick, because a couple of people have asked me just recently, on those kits, are those going to be available to ambassadors, you know, not the newer ambassadors, but us that are older, you know?
They're available right now.
Okay.
And I don't know that I'm supposed to tell you this, but there's going to be lots and lots of them available at convention to buy in the Plexus store. Awesome. So like more than, I think we're allowed one per trip to the Plexus store. Okay. So you can't go in and buy like 10 of them, but if you want to go to the store 10 times, you can buy 10 of them. You just have to check out every single time.
Okay. Awesome.
So yeah, and I think that those are actually available. I think I saw something from, I don't know, I think they might be available right now in the back office for purchase. I can confirm that and get back to you for sure.
Okay.
But it's a great tool. I mean, I am obsessed with it. I'm in love with it. So, but what I love now, you know, we have the same product, we have the same opportunity, we have the same training. So it's a level playing field. You know, I think that's one of the most beautiful things about this business. It truly is a level playing field with the opportunity, with the products, and with the comp plan. So, all right, I'm going to hop into some of these questions now. Let's see, how much time do we have? Are we doing good? Oh, we're good. We're good. We've got like 20 minutes left. All right. How do you motivate people was one that you guys asked. How do you keep your team motivated? How do you motivate people? So, I mean, I'm kind of giggling because the first little bullet point that I wrote down is comp plan, duh. Let me dive in a little bit deeper to that. You know, sometimes I feel like if you're not motivated by our comp plan, it's hard to motivate you. What I love the most about Plexus is whatever motivates you, whatever your itch is, Plexus will scratch it. If you're motivated by money, by the business, our comp plan is second to none. That will scratch, you know, that itch. If you're motivated by helping people, I cannot imagine a business that is more rewarding as far as that goes, is getting paid to help people. If you're motivated by recognition and prizes and contests, Plexus is your answer too. So often what I want to tell folks is if you're doing your job, you're encouraging, you're motivating, you're leading by example, you're working your business, and someone's still not motivated, at that point, if you're doing your job, you kind of have to go, okay, that's off me, because I cannot motivate you. I can't want it bad enough for you. I know, Taryn, you've heard me say that before. If I could want it bad enough for my team, for everyone, I'd have 160,000 diamonds, right? Because I caught this opportunity really early on. I'm really blessed that I've got my two biggest business advisors, I'll say, that live on my property. One of them is my dad and one of them is my husband. And I'm really blessed that from day one, they looked at the comp plan, they looked at the opportunity, and they go, yeah, you can go to the top with this. Like, I never didn't have belief. I've always had belief because I completely respect them. They're hugely successful in traditional business, and they were pouring into me that I could do this. So, you know, I think that I have that belief, but not everyone's going to. So if you're doing your part and people still don't get it, at some point, you know, you just have to go, okay, I'm going to keep them on my team page. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find my people that want it, and I'm going to run with them. because you should run with your runners. You should spend most of your time pouring into your folks that have showed you that they want it by the way they're doing their business, by the time they're spending on their business, by the way they're posting, the way they're sharing, and the way that they're growing. Another way to motivate, I like to talk about this now. I know that this was something that you guys asked about, was contests. Now, hear me out on this. I do contests. I love contests. That book, The 5 Languages of Love, gifts is my number one, like off the chart. That's how I show people that I love them. I love to give gifts. I love to receive gifts. It's just my love language. So often when I run a contest, I kind of look at it more that I'm rewarding my producers, right? I can do a contest on the first of the month and I can say, okay, so-and-so is going to win this because they've been adding however many, or they're growing like gangbusters, or they're so motivated. So it'll motivate some folks. I mean, I've had people come out of left field that I put a Kate Spade purse up there and they're like, I would never buy that for myself and I want that purse, and that motivates them. But 9 times out of 10, the folks that earn my prizes are the people that are working their business hard anyways. And it's a way for me to reward them and give them recognition. So that's another way to motivate people. But for me, it's almost more recognizing them than motivating. It's saying, hey, I see that you're working hard. Here you go. And here's the thing, y'all. You can start this early on. Don't think it has to be Kate Spade purse or $100 gift card to Nordstrom's or whatever. I mean, if you're a new team, a $20 gift card to Target is huge. A $5 Starbucks card that they can take to their next meetup with a potential so they can get that person a coffee, that's a big deal. So it doesn't have to be these big, huge, monstrosity, like over the top, extravagant presents or gifts. So I love that. I think that gifts and rewarding your team is hugely important. So I love to do contests for that reason. But again, number one, if they're not motivated by our comp plan, they may not be motivated. And the next one was basically, how do you block objections, specifically talking about the cost. And, I love that. Like, if you think healthy is expensive, try being sick, try sickness. And that's kind of the approach I take with folks in my network that throw out that, oh, I don't think I can afford it. If it's somebody that I know really well, I'm like, sister, I was with you when you bought those shoes at Nordstrom's, or, sister, I know you go to Starbucks every single day. Listen, the good news with Plexus is you're not even going to want that Starbucks. So it's not even going to feel like a sacrifice to you when you cut that Starbucks out. So you kind of meet people where they're at based on how you know them. I mean, if you're super comfortable with someone, I'm going to call them out all day long because we all spend a lot of money. That waste a lot of money, I should say. I think there's very few people in our network that when they really, really break it down, can't afford the cost of the triplex and can't afford the $34.99 or $34.95 to join. When they really break it down, if they really want it, they can. It's like that whole, instead of saying you can't afford it, try saying it's not important to me. Instead of saying I can't afford being healthy, try saying my health isn't important to me. And when you change that mindset with your audience, that helps a lot. The next one, let's see what I've got next. What do I do in the first 48 hours to help a newbie get started? Well, that looks really, really different now that we've got that beautiful little box. Now I take that flip chart. There's one, it's a bifold, and it's 10 steps to getting started. It's pretty glossy, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 8 or 10. And I hammer that. I meet someone for coffee, tell them to bring that, and if they don't bring it, mine's over there. That's why I keep pointing over there. If they don't bring it, thank you. Yes, the quick start guide. There you go. I go down that list with them, and I talk about the 10 things to do. There you go. That's exactly what I do now. And I mean, how easy is that? How duplicable is that we all have that, or we all have access to it, and that we can buy those, and we're going to be able to get them at convention, and everyone will be able to use that to train their newbies. And then how easy is that going to be for your newbie when you're talking to them day one about going silver? They're going to be so not intimidated to go do the same thing. They're going to be able to go do the same thing with that success guide. I love that. So that's really that's the simplicity. I'm not sending a whole bunch of attachments like we used to do, and a whole lot of files and, my own training material. I'm not, all over printing stuff on Plexus Power Tools anymore. I'm literally saying, bring your box, let's meet up, let's hammer this out. And I work through it with them, and they feel so confident when they walk away from that because they've got everything they need to be successful. The other thing that I'm very bold about is I'm telling folks, hey, don't wait till you understand everything about the comp plan or the products to start sharing. So many people do that, and it's a huge, huge mistake. I'll tell you right now, 3 years later, I promise you, at least once a day, someone stumps me. 3 years in, somebody asks me a question every single day that I have to go find the answer to. And let me tell y'all something. Don't be intimidated by that, because I'm going to tell you a little psychology tip. What I have found is people feel so great about themselves when they stump you. I mean, literally, like you kind of see them go like, ooh, I just got the double diamond, or, you know, or like, ooh, Angela doesn't know the answer to this one, man. All right, I stumped her. I must be super smart. And so no one's ever offended when I say I don't know. So hold on to that if you're new and you're sharing and you're horrified that somebody's going to stump you. Nobody's ever throat punched me in 3.5 years for saying I don't know. So they're not going to do that to you either. You know, tell them you'll go find the answer, and they're going to appreciate that, and they're going to respect you for that. They're going to appreciate you saying I don't know, but that you're taking the time to find the answer. And as you're looking for those answers, you're going to become so educated, and you're going to learn even more that you didn't know when you're looking for the answers on the team pages, in the back office, through your upline, whatever you do to find answers. It's going to be huge to help educate you to continue to build your business. Okay, let's see. What do you say to someone to create interest in Plexus? And, you know, I really feel like we are non-traditional network marketers. We are not the cheesy cliche, and I'm going to offend Eric Warre and a couple other people that are leaders in this industry right now. I'm not the cheesy, like, you are such a great waiter. Can I share my business opportunity with you? That's not my MO. Now, back it up for a minute. If I'm wearing this shirt and my waiter says, what's Plexus? By all means, I'm going to share with my waiter, because that's natural, because they asked me, and it's not cheesy and it's not cliche. So how do I create interest? It's more through living my life, you know, being an example, being a product of the product, wearing my swag everywhere I can, being bold to share about what I'm doing. What I love the most about Plexus is it's attraction marketing. You know, you're trying to, you want people to be attracted to you. And that's an easy thing to do with Plexus, because we're compensated so well from the very beginning. You know, I say, you know, sharing about lifestyle is not just like the gangster money, you know, that we joke around about. You know, if you're a silver ambassador making $200 to $500 a month, and you're talking with somebody in your network about your ROI, your return on investment, and you say, oh yeah, I spent $35 to start this business, and yeah, I make like $350, $400 a month, $500, wherever you're at. Do the math. 12 times $350 for a $34.99 investment, that's stinking good money. And when you're posting lifestyle posts, it doesn't have to be, I'm going on this trip to Europe, or, oh, I look at my new bling, or this. It's literally, lifestyle is, I just got paid, I'm taking my family to Chili's and bowling. That's huge. Let me tell you why. There's somebody in your newsfeed that hasn't been able to take their family out on a date night, hasn't been able to do anything fun with their kids, you know, in the last 6 months to a year. That's a lifestyle post. So don't think that I'm telling you, go brag about all your stuff. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying be bold to share, whether you're silver, gold, senior gold, wherever you are, what this opportunity has meant to you and what it's done for your family. Because silver money is game-changing money to so many people. Don't forget that. Okay, I had one question that I want to talk about. And it's basically, she's asking about the Emerald training that we all just had, and how is that going to duplicate down? You know, is that something that's going to trickle down? And, you know, that training is amazing, first of all. It's been a game changer. I think it's why the whole company has had that explosion that we've had in the last 3 months. I think it all did trickle down from that training. But that training is leadership training. It's not really how to work your business training. And I think that that's why they started it at the Emerald level, because that can trickle down to my senior rubies. But guess what? When they go Emerald, they get to go have that same training. So it's more of, we hope that it duplicates leadership style, leadership skills. So it's more like you probably won't even see it, quote, trickling down. It's just hopefully your leader will go back from that training as an Emerald with a whole new confidence that they will be able to come back and love on you and pour into you and be the kind of leader they need to be for you. So that's how that's going to trickle down. Does that make sense? All right. Let's see. I've got one more question. I think we have time, do we? Yeah? Are we good? We got like 5 more minutes? Okay. And it's basically, this is one that I kind of took from some of y'all's and kind of rolled it into one. And it says, what do you say to people when they quit or when they want to quit? When their fire just dies or they just say, I'm going to white line. And I put in all caps, bye, with an exclamation point. Because it kind of goes back to, you can't motivate people that are not motivated themselves. And not everyone is going to get what we're doing. I often say if everyone understood this crazy non-traditional business route, everyone would be doing it. Therefore, none of us would be making any money. And I believe that with every ounce in me. If everyone caught the vision that I have and that Taryn has and that Angela and Amy and so many of you on this call, Christy, if everyone caught the vision that we have, no one would be making money because everyone would do network marketing. I mean, I believe with every ounce in me, it is completely non-traditional. It is completely the best way to go. I mean, with every ounce of my fiber. So, you know, when people don't get it, again, if you're doing your job and they don't get it, you kind of just have to say, okay, lesson release and let them go. And don't spin your wheels. Don't spend your energy trying to get it for them. Go find somebody else that gets it. Because there's so many people in Texas, in the United States, in the world, that have never heard the word plexus. Y'all listen, something that I've been doing lately, I'll meet somebody at Starbucks and they'll go, I don't know, I just feel like it's just tapped out. Like everybody knows plexus. We're in McKinney, right? Where there's, I don't know, 17,000 joules. If you're wondering what my color personality is, you can figure that out really quick by the fact that I don't know how many joules are in McKinney. Lots of us, okay? So I'll be at a meeting with, let's say Taryn and I are at Panera Bread. And she'll go, oh, I just feel like the market's so saturated. I'll be like, you do? Okay, come with me. Hey, ma'am, excuse me. Can you put down your croissant for a moment? Have you heard of plexus? No? Okay, thanks. Next table. Excuse me, sir. Are you enjoying your latte? Have you heard of plexus? No? Okay. And we will walk through the whole restaurant. And about 98% of the room in McKinney, Texas, has never heard of plexus, where there's 17,000 joules and 29,000 ambassadors. Obviously, I'm joking about the numbers, lots and lots of folks. So your market's not saturated. So when people don't get it, just move on and go find those people that have never heard of plexus, that need this opportunity, that need this product, and train them and motivate them, inspire them, and they may get it. They may not. You know, you just never know who's going to click and who isn't. I have signed up folks that I thought they were going to be my rock stars. We shouldn't even use that word. And they've turned out to be my duds. And I've signed up folks that I thought, oh, I don't even know if they have a network. And they may not, but guess what? They know someone that does. And they had a huge network. So you cannot prejudge someone on this business. My sister is my next door neighbor, and I thought she didn't want anything to do with what I was doing. I didn't tell her. I didn't share with her. I never asked her to join my team. I thought she didn't need the money. She had a ton of friends. She was fit and fabulous and beautiful. And I never asked her to join my team. And she came to me when I was almost 9 months in, and her sister, who's a level 1 on my team, who's a jewel, asked her to join her team. And she said, hey, Celeste, I'm joining Plexus. And my jaw hit the ground. I was like, what? I said, she goes, yeah, I would have joined you like 9 months ago, 8 months ago. You never asked me. She's like, I didn't think you wanted me to do your thing. I thought this was your thing. And she's now an emerald, almost sapphire on my team. Our networks could not overlap more if we tried. We're neighbors. Our kids go to school together. We did church together. We have known each other since we were 15 and 16. Our lives are so intertwined, it's insane. But we also have different networks because we went to different colleges and high schools and all kinds of stuff. So she's just reached outside of our network and had huge success by doing that. So the opportunity is there. You know, the gold's in your backyard. You've got all the tools to go with your pickaxe and dig for it. And so many people quit right before they get to that gold. And I hate that, because those are the people that are going to spend the next 25 years, you know, working to make somebody else rich. So it just blows my mind that people aren't willing to give this 3 to 5 years, if it takes that, to have success. Keep doing what you're doing, right? If you've got another job, if you're a teacher, if you're in corporate America, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you want some extra money, whatever you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. You have to do that right now, right, to live. But why would you not fit Plexus into the nooks and crannies of your life for the next 3 to 5 years? If you're passionate, you're committed, you can't walk away from commitment. You shouldn't, right? If you're committed to being committed, and it takes you 3 to 5 years to get there, fitting it in the nooks and crannies of your life, look where you're going to be in 3 to 5 years. If you don't and you go inactive, you're going to work for the next 25, 30, 35 years, making somebody else rich, and you'll never make 6 figures a year. With Plexus, you're going to fit it in the nooks and crannies of your life for 3 to 5 years to be an emerald and make 6 figures a year, high 6 figures a year when you get to diamond. Why would it not be worth it? I think that's the mind-blowing part to me is people say they're committed, and then 3 months later, when they don't have those blinders on and they don't move as quickly as they think they should or wish they could, they walk away. And I'm like, well, if you're passionate about it and you're passionate about the products, I don't understand how you can just walk away like that. So, you know, I think that would be my final plea is if you're committed, commit to being committed, put your blinders on and be on your journey that God has planned for you. And it's going to look different than mine and Taryn's and Casey's and Bonda's and so many on this call. All of our journeys are going to look unique and different. But all of them can be absolutely amazing nonetheless, no matter how long it takes you to get to emerald or whatever your goal is. You can do it. So just keep your passion and remember your why, and you can go to the top. I believe everyone can do this with every ounce of me. I would not be on this call at 9:16 p.m. if I didn't have complete belief in each and every one of you.
Thanks, Celeste. Yes, awesome. I love it. And I think that's the hugest thing about all of this is having the belief. So I know that one thing that we wanted, and we can maybe do this at a different time because I know we've run out of time, but I know that you have talked most recently, like when we've gone to lunch, about the fact that you lead with the business opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Let's touch on that really quick.
Okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I had that in my notes and I skipped right over it. Okay. I'm sorry. So yes, I do lead with business now. I think a lot of Jules do. And you know, I do that because I think the business opportunity is amazing. And I think that there are folks that need the business opportunity just as bad or more than they need our products. There are folks that are unhealthy because they're stressed about finances, right? So to me, it's so intertwined. You can't even separate business with product with business because they're intertwined. If you're stressed about your finances and you're stressed about paying your bills, you're going to be unhealthy. So to me, 6 and 1, they go together. I lead with business, and I love to approach folks with a positive. And the way that I would do that is I would say, hey, listen, Taryn, this is what I'm doing. Listen, I know you are a MOPS leader. I know that you're respected. I know that you have a huge network. I know you love the Lord and people are going to respect you and value your opinion. I believe that you can be successful with this. Okay. So Taryn may hate network marketing like I did, and she may not be interested in Plexus, but she's still going, Celeste really thinks that about me. And she may not join me immediately, but what she might do, it dripped on her. She may go look at my wall for the next 2 or 3 months, see what I'm doing, and go, okay, wait, now where is she traveling to? Okay, wait, what did she just do? She's going where on a mission trip? What on earth is she? All this hashtag Plexus Freedom, really? Or Plexus Freedom is paying for all this? She may be attracted to what I'm doing over the course of time. So what I say is if you go at somebody with a you're awesome, they're not going to come back at you with a you suck. That's really what it boils down to. So I've sought out folks that I think can be successful with this business, and it has to be sincere. You know, you have to go at folks with a very sincere compliment, a very sincere why I think you can be successful. People will see right through phoniness, right? But if somebody's your real friend, you should be able to really come up with a really valid reason of why you want them to join your team and why you think they can be successful, you know? So it should be easy to be sincere if you're talking to folks that are in your network, that are in your sphere of influence, that are your friends. So that's really what I think so many of us Jules have done. That's what I do. And, you know, I do that with my chicken list too. You know, folks that I really want on my team that I'm like, oh man, they would never do this. You know, I was on Jen's chicken list and she didn't give up on me for 9 months. So just because your chicken list folks tell you no the first 7, 8, 9 times doesn't mean that it's no. You know, it means it's not right now. And I think that's a good thing. That book, Go for No, have you guys read it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a little teeny tiny, I mean, what, you can read it in 45 minutes? Right. And it's like a story, and it's even kind of a little bit cheesy, but it's really, really good. It's like a 45-minute to an hour read, and it's basically saying, if you're not getting a bunch of no's in a day, then you're not doing your job correctly. You should go to bed at night and with a smile on your face, okay, I talked to 12 people. 1 told me they were maybe interested and 11 told me no. Well, great. I'm going to talk to 12 more tomorrow, or, you know, whatever your number is. But Go for No's a great book. But that's how I built with that. It's literally like finding folks in my sphere of influence I think would be successful at this business. and going for it, going big, and telling them why I think they could be successful, and talking about my success, whether I was silver, gold, senior gold, wherever I was, but then also sharing before I was diamond or double diamond about what I knew was to come, because I believe in this comp plan, and what I knew was to come because I believe in our executives and the growth. And being on, in so many publications, that's helped us. Being on, what was that list we were just on? I just blanked out. Business top 10 fastest growing companies. Yeah, that one. That was a big deal because that's business folks that are looking at that. That's not network marketing. That's not a network marketing magazine. That was a big deal. I bought tons of copies of that, and it's outdated now, and I don't use it anymore. But you can still talk about it, that's a great way to reach business folks. And when you start having success, you've got to be able to share about that financial success with your audience. That's the other thing. It's so hard. I talked about it at the beginning. So hard to be bold about that. But so many people need this business opportunity just as much or more than any of the products.
Okay, so it's super late, and this one will be really fast, I promise. Okay. But the one last question that I had that's probably really easy for you, but everyone asks this, is when you're like wearing your Plexus t-shirt and you're on an elevator or you're at the gym or wherever, and somebody goes, oh, Plexus, what is Plexus? What do you, Celeste Gwynn, what do you say to that?
Like elevator speech. I say it's a health and wellness company. We focus on gut health, inflammation, blood sugar regulation, the three of the things that are huge problems with so many of the issues that Americans are dealing with. I say it's a network marketing company, and it has changed the financial, future for my family. It's amazing. Boom.
Right.
What I have found, and this is why I'll add this, and then we can hop off. But when I'm sitting at a table with a newbie and somebody asks them what is Plexus, my skin just crawls, because so often we just want to puke pink on them because we're so excited and we know it's going to change their lives and we know we have this amazing opportunity, and then they just shut down. Mm-hmm. So often the simple 30-second, hey, it works and it's not very expensive. Oh, okay. Well, I would love more information. I mean, literally so often that's all people want to know. What does it cost and does it work? And we want to talk so in depth because we're so excited. Not everybody is crazy Plexus lady and crazy Plexus men like we are. They just want to know, is it going to work? How much does it cost? And that's it. That's even past the elevator speech. Like even when you go in a little bit deeper, not everyone needs to know the science of every single ingredient. And I mean, y'all, double diamond, I still can't pronounce all the ingredients. I'm totally okay admitting that to y'all. Okay. I really am. I'm completely secure in that. But so many folks, they try to dive in too deep because they're so excited and they have such passion. But we just need that 30-second elevator speech is such a great lead in. If they ask you another question, by all means answer it. Because some folks, they really do. Like, hey, can we sit down and talk about this for 30 minutes? Yes, please. But if they don't, then don't. Well,
and I think a tease is good sometimes. That's part of the sale. I mean, it's just.
It's part of the sale. It's part of confidence. Right. I'm not desperate. I don't have to sell you right this second. I'm going to friend you on Facebook. I'm going to sell you by when you watch my newsfeed. Or I'm going to sell you by I took a picture with you and now I have to friend you on Facebook, so I have to tag you in it. Or I'm going to sit by you all season at soccer games and you're going to be jealous of how great I feel. When you're beat down and want to be at home in your pajamas and I'm happy at theater rehearsal, you're going to hate me, but then you're going to kind of want to know what I'm doing. That kind of stuff.
Right. Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I know that we're a little bit past on time and it's late. You've had a lot of Zoom calls today. So it was an honor to have you as my friend on this call and as our leader of our team as a whole, as our upline. So I'm super excited that everyone here tonight was able to meet you and kind of hear you in person and everything and hear the tips that you had for us. So I will go ahead and wrap things up, but thank you again. We so appreciate your time, and thanks to everybody that made the call tonight. And I hope that you took some notes and learned some stuff. And I hope that y'all have a great night. And I will be talking to y'all soon. So thanks again.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Les.
Bye.